Hej hej, her fra værkstedet. I dag der skal jeg lave en video, jeg virkelig havde håbet, jeg aldrig skulle lave. Jeg ved ikke, hvorfor at dansk presse ikke dækker det her, men det bliver dækket i andre lande. Nu vil jeg prøve at lægge den her op her, så danskerne også kan få et indblik i, hvad der sker. Fordi hvis ikke du ser CNN eller lignende, så aner du ikke, hvad der foregår. Jeg har tidligere her på kanalen ytret mig om Elon Musk. Da jeg altid har anset ham for at være yderst farlig. Jeg har engang luftet min mening om ham over for et familiemedlem. Det blev taget ret ilde op. Han troede, jeg var blevet nuts. Men min mening om ham er ikke just blevet mildere, efter at Trump har indsat ham i sin regering. Normalt bruger jeg ikke andres videoer, men i det her tilfælde, der er det åbenbart nødvendigt. Jeg skal hermed oplyse om, at materialet, der er på min video, er lavet af Jake Broe, tidligere US Army, han var i atomforsvaret. TV-indslag af CNN, TV-indslag af France 24 og avisindslag fra CBS. På det nyligt afholdte AfD-møde i Tyskland, som var op til et af de her valgmøder op til valget, der dukkede Elon Musk så frem som bekendt på en storskærm og hyldede, hvad de havde gang i højrefløjen i Tyskland. Også i England gør han sig bemærket ved at blande sig i politikken derovre. Han støtter den yderste højrefløj igen, og især har han lagt pres på den britiske regering for at få dem til at løslade en af hovedpersonerne, Tobin Robinson, som sidder 18 måneder i spillet. Nu vil jeg lige afspille en af Jake Broes videoer fra før det amerikanske valg.
Hi, Jake. What can and or should be done about Elon Musk's meddling in British and EU politics? My only explanation is he's trying to undermine governments in order to make said countries weaker, and so in turn, do Putin's legwork and reduce the ability to support Ukraine. I'd love to hear your thoughts. It's not just about Ukraine. Elon Musk has taken a very dark turn the last 4 years. Something about the COVID lockdowns really radicalized him, and then when he bought Twitter, he's always had a big ego, but he probably has the biggest God complex of anyone on the planet right now. And Elon Musk loves other rich people. He loves the Chinese, he loves the Russians, he loves the Saudis. I can show you clips, I can show you articles, I can show you statements of all the positive and favorable things he's said about dictators and autocracies. So why would he do this? And it's because he's a globalist. He's a businessman. He doesn't care about his US passport or if he has passports in any other countries. Elon Musk will get on his jets and go anywhere in the world if he thinks it's in his own personal interest. He will do business with anyone. He has no moral or ethical quandaries about any of these people. So specifically the last 2 years, I think he's trying to collapse global Western liberal democracy. He views democracy as the enemy to his personal interests. Now, why would this be? And he's explained this. He's told people in his speeches. And Elon Musk hates regulation. When you're the richest man in the world, then you want every person in the world to be for sale. In an autocracy, you can buy a judge, you can buy the police, you can buy a politician, you can buy bureaucrats. It's very easy for Elon Musk to do business in autocracies as long as you show respect to the dictator and as long as you have money and you're willing to pay off the right people. But in a democracy, it's more complicated. It's more difficult. There are labor laws. There are environmental protections. There's consumer protections. These make life in a democracy more enjoyable than life in Russia or life in the average dictatorship. So Elon Musk wants to abolish and erode all of these, and he's targeting democracies. Canada, the United States, the UK, Germany, he's going after the biggest economies. So we can pull up the rankings of countries by quality of democracy. We've got Germany at number 5. That's awesome. I think we've got the UK down here at 17. It's the size of their economies why Elon is focusing on them and not, for example, Denmark. What's the solution? And these democracies have to fight back. They have to raise the alarm of what Elon is doing to Western liberal democracy. And there are other democracies who have told Elon to get lost, to stay out of their domestic politics. This was only a couple months ago that Elon was interfering in the domestic politics of Brazil, and Brazil banned Twitter. They just said, if you won't comply with our laws, if you won't respect our government, then Twitter can't exist here anymore. Ban on Elon Musk's X platform upheld in the Brazilian Supreme Court. And initially, Elon was saying he was going to go to war with Brazil and he was going to bring down this Supreme Court judge and blah, blah, blah. But Twitter was banned for like a month. And then he capitulated and he backed down. And he hasn't talked about or mentioned Brazil and their democracy at all since then. He might try again in the future, but this is the answer. If the UK and Germany don't like what Elon Musk is doing, then you've got to ban Twitter. You've got to have the app stores remove it for some violation, come up with something. And when it comes to hybrid democracies, not quite autocracies, not quite real democracies, Elon folds every time. Case in point, Twitter was about to be blocked in Turkey, and Turkey was making demands that certain people have their accounts deleted. Elon Musk talked a lot about free speech while he was trying to get Donald Trump elected, but I guarantee you going forward, he's never going to talk about free speech here in America. He doesn't care about free speech in Brazil. He doesn't care about free speech in Turkey. He's going to talk about protecting free speech in the UK and Germany to stop his propaganda platform from being banned. But if the UK and Germany just banned it, he'd shut up and he'd go back to attacking some other country. So this alliance between Trump and Elon Musk is not going to hold, and they are different. Even though they have the same objective right now, get as much attention on me 24/7, get tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people to be in love with me. Donald Trump is a nationalist, and he does care about America because he views himself now as America. So if America succeeds, Trump will succeed. Elon Musk doesn't care about America. He couldn't care less if the stock market went down. Elon Musk doesn't care about the price of gas or energy or groceries or rent. Elon Musk, the story of Elon Musk, I don't think is going to end well, but we have no idea how much more damage to Western democracy he will do over the coming years. So for everyone around the world, the number one thing you can do is not buy a Tesla. Do not drive a Tesla. Do not give Elon Musk any money through Tesla, because this is how he gets his wealth and power. Now, a lot of people will push back against me saying, Jake, why are you using Twitter? Why are you using X? And Twitter doesn't make money. X does not make money. The more people on Twitter and using Twitter, technically the faster Elon Musk will lose money. I can't show you Twitter's stock price because it's no longer a publicly traded company. But Twitter as a business model can't make money. The only way Twitter was able to operate for more than a decade was through shareholder dilution. All of the board directors of Twitter didn't hold any shares of Twitter, like less than 1%, 2%, because it can't make money. A micro-blogging platform, even if he's going to try and make it profitable, but the point is Tesla is where he makes his money. Please do not buy a Tesla. If you own a Tesla and you bought it before you realized how evil Elon Musk is, I'm sorry. If you can sell it, sell it. If not, you have to keep driving it. I understand, but when you get around to purchasing your next vehicle, Kia, Hyundai, Volkswagen, Ford, GM, they all make quality electric cars now. You don't have to buy a Tesla.
Så kom valget i USA, og vi ved jo alle, hvordan det gik. Og ved den lejlighed, der skulle Musk lige gøre sig bemærket en gang til. Og jeg ved ikke, hvad der skete i Danmark, men dansk presse fik vældig travlt med at bortforklare hans hejlhilsen. Men sådan har man ikke lige taget det ind i resten af verden. Der er vild panik over det.
Again, for the people behind him. Now, for anyone who hasn't seen this viral moment at home, let's take a look at that moment itself.
Thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
White nationalist group White Lives Matter, well, on Telegram, they said, "Thanks for sometimes hearing us, Elon. The white flame will rise again." The leader of the neo-Nazi bloodshed.
My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you.
So that is one of the videos, again, that is circulating online with backlash since this incident took place. That remains to be seen.
Earlier in January, he did an interview, didn't he? Interview, it's an exaggeration. It was a phone-in conversation with the leader of Germany's AfD, and basically he came across as her biggest fan. So that basically points to the fact that his leanings lie in a certain direction, and that gesture really, when you look at how others do that gesture, it looks like what it is, I think. But anyway, there we go. Let's move on. And Vedika, thank you for sorting out the truth from the fake regarding that Elon Musk Nazi, in inverted commas, salute.
Så over weekenden, der har Musken igen gjort sig bemærket i USA. Ham og hans såkaldte doseteam har gået ind i forskellige institutioner i USA og afskediget medarbejdere, fået udleveret computer og gået ind i fortrolige computerprogrammer og lignende. Men jeg vil lade amerikanerne selv forklare det. Det her, det var et CNN-indslag, der så kom om problemet tirsdag.
Breaking news, Musk dismantling the government. Exclusive breaking details out front tonight about the young men Elon Musk is sending in as his lieutenants. The editor at Wired, who broke the details about who they are, what they're doing, is out front in just a moment, because it comes as the world's richest man now has unprecedented power and access to critical government operations. Among them, one of the things he's trying to do is shut down the agency in charge of U.S. humanitarian aid. So Musk has tweeted about this a whole lot, but I think this one summarizes the whole mantra here. USAID is a criminal organization. Time for it to die. They're all pretty much like that. And he's got Trump's blessing on this one. So he's talking about the people there. It's also about the programs. I mean, USAID is a big organization. They do spend money on a whole lot of things. Fighting disease and starvation are on the list. And the most important thing actually just boils down to this. If there are legitimate concerns about USAID and fraud and its spending money, then investigate it, let the American people see it, and take care of it. But to just shut it down without telling anybody what you're doing on the whim of one man who is not elected and who isn't even employed by the federal government, well, that is something that, at least in terms of the structure of the United States, is an un-American way to do it. There is a way to shine a light on USAID. It would be by going before Congress. According to the Wall Street Journal tonight, Musk is also leading Trump's charge to essentially shutter the Department of Education. And then there's this, Musk and his team gaining full access to the Treasury's massive federal payment system. Basically the checkbook for the whole federal government. So, the $6 trillion that goes in all sorts of things, to households and businesses, well, it goes through there. And up until this point, only a small number of career officials have controlled the Treasury's payment systems. That is until this weekend, when a top official left after a standoff with Musk's team, where Team Musk tried to stop some payments. Make no mistake, this is a major coup for Musk. Global editorial director of Wired, and they have these incredible exclusive new details about who Elon Musk is bringing in, sending in to these federal agencies. So you know, Katie, I mean, these stories are sort of amazing, and then you're thinking, what world are we living in where you have, you know, an unelected, unconfirmed individual with so much power going into a system with trillions of dollars of payments and other government agencies? You've been focusing on 6 computer engineers. They're all men, and they are young. The youngest is 19.
And Erin, just to be clear, this is the world we are living in, and Wired has been documenting a few sort of small parts of this world, including, yes, we have identified, and our reporting has identified 6 young men. All of our reporting indicates they are between the ages of 19 and 24. They are either recent high school or recent college graduates. High school graduates in at least one case, all with ties to either Musk-owned companies or Peter Thiel-owned companies. So one is a former Palantir intern, another interned at SpaceX, one is a Thiel fellow, another recently completed a summer internship at Neuralink, which of course is also owned by Elon Musk.
All right, so what are they actually doing, and who's paying them for the work?
Well, it's to be candid, a little bit difficult to ascertain exactly what they are doing. What we do know is they are working across several federal agencies, including DOGE, of course, as well as the Office of Personnel Management, which is essentially the HR function for the government, and the General Services Administration, which oversees things like federal buildings, leases, and then technology and IT. So what we do know is that these young men are working at the behest of Musk and his team that he has brought in across these agencies on, you know, a number of engineering-related tasks.
So, okay, Elon Musk wants anyone, you know, talking about this, sharing the names of these DOGE employees charged with a crime. Obviously, these are people who are going in and now going to have access to payment systems that, you know, affect hundreds of millions of Americans, possibly if you talk about Treasury and certainly federal employees. He's got the backing of the U.S. Trump attorney in Washington, says the FBI and prosecutors are investigating.
Yep.
Has Musk reached out to you or any of his lawyers or anything?
We haven't heard from Musk or his legal team. Obviously, what I would say is that our reporting speaks for itself. It is rigorously reported and fact-checked and vetted by our spectacular legal team. And we look forward to continuing doing the work, trying to figure out exactly what Elon Musk and his team are doing inside of these federal agencies.
And it's important work. It's brave work.
Det fik så Jake Broe, som jo hovedsageligt kommenterer på Ukraine-stof, til i går at bruge det halve af hans video på at kommentere på det her. Og jeg kan ikke sige andet end, kig nu videoen til enden, og så tag det ind, det han siger. Det er rigtigt, det her.
So that's Donald Trump. The bigger threat, the worst security risk for America is Elon Musk. Musk announces USAID shutdown, says it's a bowl of worms. So USAID is the department that handles foreign aid and assistance. This is tens of billions of dollars that the United States uses around the world to alleviate suffering, prevent starvation, just in general, help people to build goodwill from the United States. If the United States wants access and influence in other parts of the world, foreign assistance is how you do it. That's how it's been for over 2 centuries of American diplomacy. We help people. Technically it's charity, but we do get things in return. We build America's soft power, and we get access for our companies and especially our military. And Elon Musk just destroyed this. So I need to give you Russia's reaction first, because if you want to know if something is good or bad, just ask what the Kremlin is saying. And the Russian Foreign Ministry commented on the closure of USAID. The U.S. Agency for International Development forced media outlets and digital platforms to ignore facts, opinions, and events, wrote Maria Zakharova, the official representative of the Russian Foreign Ministry. USAID was funding independent journalism for opposition movements. So there are media organizations of Belarusian dissidents, Russian dissidents, Chinese dissidents, Iranian dissidents who are in exile. The United States funds them to promote journalism, to promote facts to promote resistance to authoritarian governments, and it was all just shut down. And dictators around the world are celebrating. They're cheering that independent media and journalists just got defunded by the United States government. Here's Dmitry Medvedev, smart move by Elon Musk, trying to plug USAID's deep throats. Let's hope notorious deep state doesn't swallow him whole. I'm going to share with you the opinions of Ambassador Michael McFaul. The Communist Party of China is spending hundreds of billions through the Belt and Road Initiative to win influence around the globe, and especially in the developing world. In shutting down USAID, which is only a fraction of the budget of what the Chinese are spending, Musk and Trump are handing Xi and the Chinese a giant gift. So anywhere America retreats, anywhere America shows weakness, the Chinese are going to fill that gap. This is destroying America's reputation and America's standing in the world. And China and Russia are celebrating right now. So where are the conservatives? Where are the Republicans? And if you want to learn what Republicans really think, you just have to look at their tweets and statements basically prior to 2022. Foreign aid is not charity. We must make sure it is well spent, but it is less than 1% of the budget and critical to our national security. So what woke commie would say this? And this is the current Secretary of State Marco Rubio and what he thought in 2017. But because we live in a dystopian timeline where truth no longer matters and reality is distorted, now we don't like foreign aid, and foreign aid is not critical to our national security. And this was dangerous, guys. What Elon Musk did over the weekend, destroying this agency and shutting everything down, he put American lives at risk. At least 1,000 USAID staff had their .gov accounts and government-furnished equipment deactivated and wiped clean overnight with no advanced warning or communication. This includes colleagues deployed in active war zones like Ukraine and Gaza, who rely on their government technology for safety. So Elon shut everything off. He wiped everything over the weekend, while thousands of American citizens, foreign service officers, some of whom are deployed in war zones, were given no advance warning, given no chance to evacuate or find safety before they were locked out of their government accounts and had all of their tech turned off. This is unforgivable. Unforgivable, guys. And he just lies. Elon Musk just lies and makes stuff up every day. Not just once, dozens of times a day. This is what Elon Musk tweeted on February 2nd. Did you know that USAID, using your tax dollars, funded bioweapon research including COVID-19 that killed millions of people? Officially, the CIA says COVID-19 leaked from a laboratory in China. The pandemic started in Wuhan. It started in China. So either it spread through mutations with animals, birds, or it was concocted in a laboratory by the Chinese and it got out. This makes sense. But unfortunately, Elon Musk works for China. China owns him. And he's now saying that USAID created COVID-19 with American tax dollars that killed millions of people. COVID-19 is called COVID-19 because it first appeared in 2019. Who was president in 2019? Donald Trump was president. So Elon Musk is saying that under Donald Trump's first presidency, this is his government agency, his government, created COVID-19 that killed millions of people. It's so evil, guys. It's so stupid and evil. And this man is the greatest threat to global security and democracy right now. Everyone has to do everything they possibly can to stop and resist this man. Elon Musk's weekend assault on USAID, this was personal. This was an act of personal revenge that Elon Musk enjoyed. Why is Elon so obsessed with USAID, a relatively small agency mostly known for helping starving children? And it's because USAID played a significant role in the fall of apartheid South Africa. The country where Elon grew up is gone forever, and he wanted his vengeance. Musk, Thiel, Sachs, they're all from apartheid South Africa. They're mad that their hyper-racist playground is gone, and they want to rebuild it here. Resist. This is not a conspiracy. I am not making this up. This is Elon Musk, this week, posting about apartheid South Africa or whites in South Africa. White South Africans are being persecuted for their race in their home country. Also, white South Africans are one of the few population groups that are fiscally positive when immigrating to Europe. We should allow more immigration of white South Africans. I'm not going to comment on the race relations of South Africa because that's not my place. I'm an American. I put America first. And Elon Musk is promoting this to the guy in charge of America. This is Donald Trump on Truth Social 2 days ago, parroting what Elon Musk wants him to say. South Africa is confiscating land and treating certain classes of people very badly. He's talking about white people. It is a bad situation that the radical left media doesn't want to so much as mention. A massive human rights violation at a minimum is happening for all to see. The United States won't stand for it. We will act. Also, I will be cutting off all future funding to South Africa until a full investigation of this situation has been completed. Why does Donald Trump care about the internal politics of South Africa? Does he care about the internal politics of Saudi Arabia? Does he care about the internal politics of Thailand? This is sympathy just for people because they share a skin color. That is the textbook definition of racism. I'm not saying what's happening in South Africa is good or bad. I don't know. And I don't care. Why does the leader of the free world, why does Donald Trump care what happens in a South African country? And he said the words. I've been waiting years for Donald Trump to say human rights violation. Where is there a country in the world where white people are having their human rights violated every day? And it's Ukraine. But because the Russians are white, and the Russians are the ones violating those human rights in Ukraine, do Ukrainians get a tweet saying there will be a full investigation, the full force and weight of the United States will come to their support and rescue? This is just so flagrant, guys. Like, he's been elected and he doesn't care anymore. Elon Musk and his goons also went into the Office of Personnel Management and they stole every American's data and information. And this breach was done by Elon's Tesla engineers, college kids with no background checks, and unsecured electronic devices, meaning that the personal identifying information of every agent who works for the FBI and CIA or any other sensitive position has now been compromised. I served on active duty in the Air Force for 6 years, and that's the #1 rule. You don't put an unsecured electronic device into any government computer because there might be Chinese or Russian malware that can infect the entire system. So Elon showed up at the office of OPM to gain control of everyone's personal information, their home address, their bank account information, their medical records, their social security number. And college kids now have everyone's private information on unsecured electronic devices. And we know this is true because Elon Musk is so stupid, he confirmed it. So some random account, I don't know, listed a bunch of names saying these are Elon Musk's Tesla engineers who just compromised the Office of Personnel Management, and Elon Musk responded, "You have committed a crime." So it's a crime to know who's getting access in our government to our private information? This is the deep state. This is the shadow government. This is abuse and fraud and criminal activity. So this account got nuked. Any account posting the names of these Tesla engineers who has everyone's information, Elon is just torching their accounts. This is the hacker group Anonymous. They've got 500,000 followers on Twitter. They posted the names and their account was deleted. To post this YouTube video on Twitter, I'm going to have to edit out this section. I am going to have to censor myself so Elon Musk personally doesn't nuke my Twitter account to silence me. But on every other platform, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk showing the face of this 19-year-old with no experience or knowledge of government who was granted access to a payment system that handles $6 trillion in money. This 19-year-old now has all of your personal information if you're an American citizen. What is he doing with it? We don't know. Elon Musk is now in charge of the US government. Donald Trump sits in the Oval Office signing pieces of paper. It makes him happy. He's signing hundreds of executive orders every single day, not knowing what he's even signing. And Elon Musk is the one actually in charge of the government. Elon Musk is doing whatever he wants, and the reason why you would bring a 19-year-old with you to a government agency to steal a bunch of information is because you want their complete loyalty. This 19-year-old is not loyal to the Constitution. He's not loyal to the American voter. He's not even loyal to Donald Trump. He's loyal to one man, Elon Musk. And Elon Musk is just going to do whatever he wants. Elon Musk is trying to take control of the government of Canada, the government of the UK, the government of Germany. He's interfering in South Africa's government. But he is a South African citizen, I think. Resist. Resist with me, guys. I'm not quitting. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to fight this with every ounce of strength and breath I have. Elon Musk is not going to get me to shut up. This is war. This is war for democracy. And everyone watching this video, you have an obligation to help us resist. Now, if you're not American, don't spend any money on or in America. Don't travel to America. Don't vacation in America. Don't spend money here. If you can avoid buying American products, do that. That's the only way that will wake up, I think, 20% of the American population. Because Americans right now are just asleep. As long as things economically get better, and they think they will, then they're okay with this. They're okay with not having separation of powers or checks and balances in government, and they're fine with the richest man in the world, who's not even originally an American citizen, doing whatever he wants with his army of teenage hackers. We can be honest, guys. Going forward on this channel, I'm going to have to talk about the crisis in America more. And I might start separating my videos. I might make videos just focusing on the disastrous things that Trump and Elon Musk are doing, and then maybe make dedicated videos just on Ukraine, because I know for people outside the United States, there's not a whole lot you can do aside from boycott us. So let's get back to Ukraine.
Det her, det ligner for mig et statskup. Det er sådan, man laver statskup. Længe inden valget i USA, der havde markerbevægelsen udgivet et skrift. Jeg tror, det hed 2025-planen eller sådan noget lignende. Jeg gjorde mig den ulejlighed at læse den igennem. Der skrev de rent faktisk, hvad det var, de ville gøre. Og det er det, som Musk foretager sig lige nu. Han er ude på at sætte alle institutionerne ud af spil i USA. Trump og Elon, de har flertal i kongressen. Derfra kommer der nok ikke nogen modstand. Der vil være modstand i senatet, hvad de kan gøre, jeg ved det ikke. Højesteret, der har de også flertal. Det kan være op ad bakke, det her. Der er det, der adskiller USA fra Østlandene, hvor jeg har set det her foregå før. I Østlandene, der er de ingen våben. Der er ballade lige nu i Georgien, ligesom der var i Ukraine i 2014. Men det ved det. I Georgien er der ingen våben. Altså, blandt menigmand. Det må man jo sige, der er i USA. Så hvad det her vil rende ud i, jeg har min bange anelse om, hvad det render ud i. Men det er muligvis også det, der skal til. Så lad os nu se, hvad der sker. Det er spændende at følge med i. For dem, der lige interesserer sig for Ukraine, der er det sådan, at Trump han sløjfede jo det her humanitære hjælp under USA-programmet. Og det stoppede jo allerede for lørdag aften. I løbet af weekenden, så stoppede militærhjælpen også. Så har der åbenbart været noget splittelse i Trumps regering. Men der sidder 3 mænd og rådgiver ham, som alle sammen støtter Ukraine og er imod Rusland. Og der er altså virkelig noget splittelse i regeringen. Der er en masse andre, der udelukkende støtter Rusland, uanset hvad hulen de siger. Og det er så afstedkommet, at militærhjælpen blev standset i en kort periode. Nu er den nok genoptaget igen, så de gode, de vandt denne gang. Vi må se, hvad der rundt spænder af i fremtiden. Der er sket det, at Trump har taget Zelenskis besked, som han fik overbragt sidst de mødtes. Der var jo masser af sjældne metaller og lignende i Ukraines undergrund. Og den har Trump altså tilsyneladende taget til sig. Og nu bliver Ukraine bakket op, fordi Trump vil have de metaller. Ja, altså, hvis du kan redde dit land for at aflevere nogle metaller, fred være med det. Men lad os nu se, hvad der sker. Det var alt, hvad jeg lige havde på hjertet her fra garagen. Husk nu at være efter jeres politikere, ellers så sker så noget her på et eller andet tidspunkt. Hej her fra garagen.